subconjunctival anesthesia, and look at this nice clear cornea. As clear as you can see. Actually, it's disease that have this patient problem with collagen inside the stroma that make this calcium deposit, and in the center had a long time ago had a corneal foreign body that left a mark. And on top of this nice cornea, I injected the viscoelastic under the with cannula that pushed the viscoelastic inside the bag and pushed that anterior capsule into the periphery. So I have an anterior capsule that's run into the periphery at around 5 o'clock and around 9. So that's a great start. I did here horizontal chop. I have 2 heminucleuses, and trying to take out these deposits of calcium inside the anterior stroma using the 2.4 knife. Scratching that will give a little bit of more clarity. Not as much as you like, but still you can see a little bit better through this patch of cornea, which is very whitish in the middle. Right in the middle of the pupil, it's the most opaque. Getting 1 heminucleus out of the bag and doing some chops. I'm able to rock the eye back and forth in order to see in between those islands of calcium that are embedded into the stroma, and pretty easily I'm able to take out half of the nucleus, which I'm very happy to get out, trying to get a little bit of rotation and get the other half in front of the phaco probe. I'm not able to push at all and on this bag, since I have the capsule rexis running to the periphery at 2 points. That will be a disaster to extend it to the posterior capsule. And rotating a little bit, I'm able to bring the other half in front of the phaco probe and slowly trying to emulsify it. As you can see, if you really pay attention to this cornea, it's 1/4 that's in front of the phaco needle, and I'm able to emulsify that, aspirate that out of the eye. And the challenges are starting to piling up. The pupil is getting down and losing dilatation. The iris tries to prolapse to the side port, placing some more viscoelastic and push that iris away from the cornea. The pupil is getting even smaller, but I only have 1/4 of nucleus in the bag, and a thick epinucleus, which is a nice thing that most of the phacoemulsification is it's over. Trying to feel my way into the bag and make sure all the thick epinucleus it's getting in front of the phaco probe, and slowly I'm able to aspirate most of that out of the eye. Pretty much that's the last part of the thick epinucleus. The last 1/4 of the nucleus it's emulsified already, and I have this thick epinucleus left. I'm trying to move a little bit the eye back and forth to make sure I'm seeing a little bit through these layers of calcium that's on top on anterior stroma, and placing some more viscoelastic on top of the cornea and inside the eye to push on that epinucleus, and now I'm able to see it a little bit clearer, and as you can see it's getting aspirated. The last parts of epinucleus are getting aspirated. Got the iris a little bit there, and that's the end of phacoemulsification and epinucleus removal. But that's the tricky part that's left. Aspirating the cortex through this small pupil is very challenging. Knowing the anatomy of the eye, you can basically go in and do exactly the moves that you usually do through a clear cornea, and if you have the routine on the aspiration, cortex should be no problem. Trying to push some adrenaline inside the anterior chamber to help me out to open up a little bit more the iris, the pupil, but there's no use. The pupil is not dilating anymore. So I get to the next best thing that you can do in these cases, and push the eye on the angle, do another paracentesis, and try to look to the peripheral cornea, which is much clearer than the center one, and in this way I'm able to finishing the aspiration of this cortex also. We have we need to take a little bit of time to do this. We don't have to rush. It's time consuming, but at the end it's worth it to have this kind of cornea operated through the cataract. It's really rewarding for the patient and for the surgeon also. That's the last part of the cortex that it's at 12 o'clock, and then some left at 6 o'clock, and should be easy to inject the IOL under this since there's no cortical rift. A clean bag. This is a hydrophobic IOL that this patient have, and pushing that inside the bag, and myocol and air bubble at the end. The patient did really well, was very pleased with the result, and thank you for your attention. Dear colleagues, this is a case of great challenges. I did